Hi, this is Matt Kennedy reporting for Stand Firm. I'm outside the House of Bishops where they've just finished their morning session. There was one significant debate that you should know about over Resolution C061. C061 deals with the discernment process for ordained ministry. It came out of the House of Deputies with language that identified transgendered people as being among those groups, and there were a number of groups named, that could not be discriminated against in this process of discernment by standing committees and commissions on ministries. The resolution hit the floor. There was a great deal of debate about what exactly it meant to say someone, what exactly it means to say that someone is transgendered. What is that language? We don't have any definition for that language. Several bishops rose with definitions from the transgendered literature that's all over the place here at the convention. Someone rose with definitions that had been emailed to him overnight, and we had an interesting discussion as some bishops were saying, well, look, we have so much confusion over the definition of this language, we can't even go forward and vote on it. Let's send it to committee, and we'll deal with it in 3 years. Someone actually made that amendment. It was defeated. Ultimately, what happened is another bishop rose and amended or proposed an amendment that just erased all of the categories in C061, and instead, the end of this amendment, or the way the resolution would read at the end of this amendment, would be that all baptized persons are eligible by virtue of their baptism for participation in the discernment process toward ordained ministry. That amendment passed. It wasn't even closed. That passed. And so the end of this, the result of this is that transgender people were no longer identified as a special group toward which the standing commissions and commissions on ministries could or could not discriminate. So there was some visible disappointment on the faces of those who favored transgender inclusion, and we'll see what the result of that is when it hits the House of Deputies. I think this has to go back now to the House of Deputies. There was one more debate, which you might find interesting, over A064, which is a resolution that deals with evangelism. And the resolution calls for those who are gifted, those lay people who are gifted in evangelism and bring people to the knowledge and love of Jesus Christ, to be recognized and to be set in an office that will allow them to exercise their ministry. Well, as soon as the resolution hit the floor, Catherine Roskin stood up and moved that the male or masculine pronouns be removed from the resolution. There were several masculine pronouns referring to Jesus in the resolution, and she wanted them removed and replaced with the word Christ. Her amendment didn't meet with any opposition. I was surprised. It passed without argument. And then the bishops went on to argue about whether or not it was a good thing to set aside as a special office evangelist, when evangelism is something that all baptized Christians should be doing. That's about it from this morning's session. We did learn at the very end that this afternoon's debate over C056 will take place at 4:30. There's going to be a joint session of the House of Bishops and House of Deputies today at 2:30. And then following that, the bishops are going to come up for their closed session at 4 o'clock. And then they'll have a photo op at 4:30. And at 4:40, they'll let everyone in. There will be the afternoon debate, which we have been led to believe will include debate over C056. Now, we've also learned, and this is more rumor than hard news, we've learned that there have been a number of discussions between Anaheim and Canterbury. There's been a lot of talk. We speculated yesterday about some of the reasons, or what might be the reason for holding off debate on C056. We were supposed to debate it yesterday afternoon, and it was removed off the calendar and set for this afternoon. We thought, well, maybe it's because they want to consult with Canterbury, and it seems like that is what's going on. We can't be sure. In any case, this afternoon session, that we should have a debate over C056, and I hope you'll tune in. I'll be live blogging that debate, and I'll give you a video report afterwards. And I hope you also tune in tonight for our live broadcast. We'll have some interesting guests on, and some good talk as usual. So I hope you'll be there. This is Matt Kennedy signing off for Stand Firm.